Hello everyone, welcome once again. So today I want to talk a little bit more about the Fujifilm x100v and why I decided to choose this camera over the Fujifilm X-T30 and also the Fujifilm X-T4. Because as most of you guys know, the Fujifilm x100v is my favorite camera, but I didn't know that at the time. I had to make some serious decision making on where to put my money in terms of cameras. So I kind of wanted to go over some of the reasons as to why I chose the Fujifilm x100v. This is not going to be a direct comparison to the X-T30 or the X-T4 because I don't have those cameras in my hand, but I had several reasons why I went with this decision, and I think it kind of paid off for me in the long run. So you guys can kind of infer some of my thoughts and my reasonings as to why I chose the X100v, and maybe that'll help you in your decision making. So let's get started. So if you guys didn't know, before I bought the X100v, I actually had the Fujifilm X-T30 for quite some period, and with it I had two different lenses. I had the 18-55 OIS lens, and then I had the 35 f2, I believe it was, the weather resistant one, the small tiny one. And I had used the X-T30 for a few months, and I kind of got to see how it felt, how it handled, but there wasn't really anything clicking with me for the X-T30. If you guys don't know, the X-T30 is basically like a mini X-T3. It has a lot of the same functions, capabilities, and sensors, so the image quality you'll be getting out of the X-T30 is very similar to the X-T3. And the same goes for the X-T4 and the X100V and the X Pro 3. They all share the same sensor. So the biggest reason why I decided to get the X100V over the X-T30 was the 23mm focal length. Because the lens, the 23mm aka 35mm equivalent, is my favorite focal length, I figured if I'm going to buy that lens for the X-T30, that's about the same price as buying the X100V, so I might as well just switch my cameras and get the X100V, because the X100V is just a really nice looking camera. It looks cool, it looks nice, and I think I'd be much happier with it instead of the X-T30. Plus, the new lens is very fast, very updated, and it's very sharp at f2, so that was one of the best benefits of buying the X100V. I didn't regret that decision. Next up are the design and the looks of the X100V, because it looks very similar to an old film camera, and I was really attracted to this style from the very first moment I saw this on a web page. I was like, wow, that is a great camera. And then I saw the price, of course, and I was like, whoa, I can't do it. I didn't think it was possible for me, and that was the main thing that deterred me from the X-T4. And that's not to say the X-T30 and the X-T4 aren't nice looking cameras, but they definitely have a shape and design that looks more powerful, more video-centric, etc., etc. The X100V is a little more, casual. It looks nicer. It looks like almost like an old rangefinder or an old film camera, so you can carry it around with you a little more inconspicuously because people don't think you're doing high quality stuff with it. But in actuality, the sensor size and everything is the same. The video capabilities are on par with the X-T30, not quite on par with the X-T4, but this is a very capable video camera, as you guys know. So that's one of the main reasons why I decided to go with the X100V. It just looks like a nicer camera overall, and I can carry it around with me without looking like I'm on a mission to get footage, while in actuality I am, Similarly, it has a very flush flip screen or a tilty screen. So it's very close and in line with the camera body, and it looks really nice. So you can take a lot of hip shots without, pulling out the X-T4's fully articulating screen and like showing everyone that, hey, I'm a vlogger or something like that, It's very inconspicuous. So similar to the X Pro series, the X100 series has a dual rangefinder where it has an electrical, like a LCD viewfinder, but it also has the optical one where you can kind of stare almost like you're looking down the barrel of the camera, and I thought that was really cool. Now, although I do use the LCD one more often, I think having the option is nice and allows you to play with a lot more different stuff. Similarly, because it is kind of like a rangefinder style viewfinder, you can keep it on the leftmost side of the camera. Unlike the X-T30 and the X-T4's viewfinder, it's in the middle of the camera, so you're not like a creep staring out from behind a camera. Rather, people can still see half your face, so you don't look as, creepy, I guess. Because I tried shooting with the X-T30 before with my eyes behind the viewfinder and it wasn't as comfortable, I'll be honest. Now some people might not care about this, but this is a decision that was more important to me, at least. So I like the viewfinder of the X100V. I think it suits my needs and how I kind of want to walk around being seen by other people while I'm taking pictures. So anyways, those were for the most part the main reasons why I decided to choose the X100V over the X-T30 and the X-T4. Again, this was not a true comparison video. I'm not doing like a tech or spec kind of thing, but the X100V is a very capable camera. And so ultimately my final decision was kind of based on design and style and how it feels to use the camera while shooting. Because for the most part, these cameras perform optically just about the same. They share the same sensor. The X100V, the X-T30, and the X-T4 all have an X-Trans4 sensor. They all have very similar profiles. You get Eterna, F-Log if you're shooting video, and the video is down-res from 6K, so it looks amazing. The only difference is that the X-T4 kind of has like 4K 60 and whatnot, but that comes at a cost, right? You're paying for what you get, and the X-T4 is much more expensive than the X-T30 or the X100V. So ultimately, I guess the reason why I didn't buy the X-T4 was due to price. It just wasn't worth it for me. And the reason why I bought the X100V over the X-T30 was due to design and style and usage. I love the 23mm and having a fixed focal length on my camera where I can't change it, I felt would improve my photography a lot. So I decided to ultimately go in that direction. So if you guys are thinking about any things along the same lines as I would consider the X100V, but don't discount the X-T30 or the X-T4 because all three of these cameras are amazing cameras. Pick which one fits your style the best, and I think that will end up making you the happiest. So if you like this video, please do like and subscribe to this channel. I will be making a lot more videos on the X100V because it has made me very happy, and I will, I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks for watching. Peace.